Good afternoon, all listeners. My name is Chris. We're going to do a series of tutorials, pretty much going through all the key functionalities of the AEM platform, the web CMS, which is the tool we use to manage, update all our web properties. Now, just wanted to start from an intro video, which is pretty much straightforward as to, how to access the platform, how to, access the key areas and move through the platform. So we're going to start with just simply logging in. Once you navigate to the URL, which I will of course send on in the video, um, once you get to your sign in screen, simply, put your username and password in and hit sign in. Once you sign in, boom, you're greeted with the new look, the 6.3 version of the platform. This is pretty much where you would start, your journey, whatever the solution to your problem, whatever the issue you're trying to solve, whatever the information you're trying to update. This is where you typically start. Unless, of course, somebody sends you a URL that is a page URL that once you click, it takes you directly to that place. But that's for another conversation altogether. So yeah, for essentially, the the Adobe Experience Manager is like I said before, the web CMS. It is made up of a few different instances. We have what we call the production instance, which is what you see now. The production instance is where you, as the user, would be able to manipulate. This is, the raw pages that you would find. Whereas you also have what you call the live instance. The live instance is what you get once you go to digitalJamaica.com or any one of those websites for that matter. This is, the live instance. This is what is served to the users. This is what, once you log in or you click through from whatever the source may be, this is your live instance. Now, within the production instance, you have a series of, what do they call them? Let's just, for the purposes of the video, just call them, different properties, different areas that you could go to manipulate or manage different aspects of the website. We have what we call the sites, which is what we primarily use for site management. We have our assets, or what we'd also call our DAM. And typically, these are the two areas that you would be accessing for the greater part of your whole website journey. So let's take a look at the sites. We're just going to navigate through, show you guys how to get to where, and now you notice that we have a series of folders to your leftmost column. Now this is where everything lives. You have our digital folder, which of course has all of our web properties from digitalgroup.com, which is our group site. It's digitalgroup.com. This is our group site. This is the corporate, the front-facing corporate website that we communicate with investors, people that want jobs, people that are interested in the about us, what we're about, our key beliefs. We have an area on here that speaks to leadership, who's leading the company, who's our board of directors, etc., etc. That's our group site. We have our foundation sites, which of course we have 4 foundation sites in 4 key markets. Let's just navigate to one right now, just for clarity. So Digital Foundation Jamaica. Well, of course, the foundation sites are philanthropic, front-facing websites. It's the giving back to the community, all the communications relative to that, investments, what we've done. It gives you a track of what was done, the plans of what is to be done, how can you access funds, how can you contribute to the greater cause. All of that is of course encapsulated in the foundation sites. We have our market sites, which we went to the Jamaica site as an example before. We have our top-up sites, which is the diaspora, touch point for the market sites. We have our promotions, which promotions are pretty much all of these nifty carousel sliders or carousel banners. All of them are managed from our promotions. So pretty much for your purposes, what we'll be navigating through or what we'll use for a vast majority of the time will be your digital folder. All right. Now let's navigate back to the main page. Now let's go to our assets. Now our assets are what we chiefly call our DAM. Right? Our DAM is pretty much where all of the web properties are stored. Not web properties. All of the assets are stored. Creative, albeit videos, images, PDF documents, whatever assets we use on the websites are stored in this location. So you navigate to digital, of course, and from digital's folder, you will also have a variety of folders. You have your foundation folder. We tend to store all foundation stuff there. A digital group folder, which is like it suggests for the digital group. And so on and so forth. Like as time goes on, you become more comfortable with it. Now, the folder you would interact with the most is your markets folder. Now, the markets folder pretty much has the banners, the apps, the iconography, everything that you need to, of course, go through the sites, anything you need to utilize to, of course, accentuate your market communications. Everything is within the digital markets folder. Now let's go back to the main page where we started from, just to give some perspective. You have our tools here. You primarily won't use this. We have experience fragments, forms, contents, like all of these other supplementary areas are things that we don't chiefly use right now. We're just delving into what the new CMS will do, and as time goes on, we will be more efficient with our use, and of course, we'll get lean with all of our practices. So, as a practice for these types of videos, we don't want to make them stupid long. We want to make them nice and easily digestible, so we're limiting every single video to 10 minutes. Now, this is our introduction. One key thing now for all of those users that are used to the 6.0 version of this software, which is what I'm used to, which is what I use all the time, even though we have this new version, chiefly the 6.0 is pretty much just like a skin, just like a theme that you'd put on a different platform or on your phone, for instance. Please be aware that once I switch to the old version, it does exactly the same thing as 6.3, as the new version, but it just moves different, and to me, it's a bit more efficient. Now, I don't know if you want me to run through that again to get back to here, but once you hover over the sites, you notice there's a button that appears here labeled Classic UI. Once you hit Classic UI, it takes you back to this version of the software, which I recommend that you use, seeing that it's we had more time to refine this version, and all of the key features are there, all of the key functions are there, so you will not get lost. Now, similar to what we just spoke on the different areas, it's the very same thing. You have your sites, you have your DAM, and pretty much everything is contained in a folder structure here, as opposed to how it was on the other version. Now that's navigation, easy key navigation. Any other questions, don't be afraid to contact me, of course, and we'll get you through it. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. Like I said, every video will be 10 minutes, and you could click to the next one to move on to the next topic.